Meghan's moment of outrage was when she had a falling out with the test screeners, many of which were her fans, that she got the chance to meet briefly and shouted at them in front of the screening theater, labeling them as being very unfair, biased, and not educated.
Meghan Markle just exploded at her fans after her latest Netflix disaster. Her show, Withlove Meghan, which was supposed to be her grand Hollywood redemption arc, her big moment to silence the critics, has already gone up in flames. Now this is crazy because the show hasn't even aired yet and critics are already ripping it to shreds, and why wouldn't they? Look, it ain't a saucy drama like Suits, carried by a strong cast to cover up for her shortcomings. It's a feel-good lifestyle series where she bakes bread, floats around a Pinterest-perfect kitchen, and dishes out life advice that's completely useless.
Trying to create something and then turn it into something that it isn't. She's sort of very strange.
She's in a cooking show,
We're not in
right?
the pursuit of perfection. We're in the pursuit of joy.
Yeah, joy.
I mean, it's so...
Surely she should just admit it. She's in the pursuit of money, isn't she? Isn't that what she's up in pursuit of?
Yeah, she's after Gwyneth Paltrow's place, who makes his much of money from what she does.
Yeah.
Netflix was really brave to leave the comments section open here, and believe me, the people did not let that opportunity go to waste. It was a total disaster, a PR nightmare fit for a royal meltdown, and Meghan, she's absolutely fuming. According to insiders, she didn't just roll her eyes at the backlash, she lost it, full-blown tantrum mode. Middle of the night calls, furious rants about ungrateful fans, and even throwing out threats. So what exactly sent her over the edge? Well, let's break it down. Netflix finally drops the first look at Withlove Meghan, and within minutes the internet goes up in flames, and not in a good way. Instead of people swooning over her dreamy California kitchen or whatever the hell inspiring message she was trying to push, they just weren't buying it. Yeah, the second that trailer hit, the roasting began. People started calling it stiff, overly polished, fake, bland, and worst of all, completely unoriginal. Ouch.
It doesn't feel new, it doesn't feel original, and I can't reconcile this woman who was a global go-getter, a humanitarian, is suddenly freezing ice cubes with flowers in them and expecting us to take notice.
Picture this, Meghan in Pinterest perfect California kitchen, making focaccia and preaching about finding joy. Revolutionary, right? Yeah, well, not so much, and the internet wasted no time tearing it apart before it even aired.
But I am highly skeptical. I'm also not sure of the message, because she's come out saying this is all about authenticity, this is about not being perfect, about it being about joy. And yet, the very first Instagram post she does, we quickly see that she got Harry to re-record it.
Critics roasted her for suddenly playing the role of a culinary expert, because, let's be real, she ain't. Her biggest talent so far has been convincing a prince to, ditch his family for her. Oh, in originality, zip zilch nada, nowhere to be found. So people also concluded that the show looked really similar to Emma's Kitchen, a YouTube series by Emma Weymouth, Marchioness of Bath, an actual aristocrat who does this effortlessly and authentically. And then came the beekeeping moment, where Meghan was seen all suited up, carefully tending to her buzzing little bee friends and collecting honey. A wholesome, heartwarming image. Until the royal watchers blew her cover because beekeeping has long been Princess Catherine's thing. Well, that can't be a coincidence either, can it? Naturally, the internet wasted no time drawing comparisons, and let's just say, it was not flattering. Oh, and let's not forget the recipes, a whole other disaster. Meghan proudly showed off a ladybug appetizer, which, surprise, surprise, wasn't even her own creation. I mean, seriously, if you're gonna rebrand yourself as Martha Stewart 2.0, at least bring something new to the table.
First version of it. So when you say you don't want to be perfect, but then it's very obvious that there's a second version, the reason being, of course, that the numbers 2025 were already seen in that first video, shows that they've done it twice. It just doesn't come across as authentic and having integrity.
So now you'd think that Meghan would just brush off the criticism, take a deep breath, and let the actual premiere do the talking. But nope, not even close. Yeah, her reaction made the situation even worse. According to insiders, Meghan wasn't just disappointed, she was fuming a full-blown meltdown. Apparently, she couldn't wrap her little head around the fact that her audience, her devoted fans, I guess she actually has some left, weren't instantly worshipping her latest project. Honestly, it's really easy to picture Meghan storming through her Montecito mansion, phone in hand, furiously typing out messages to her team, ranting about ungrateful viewers who just don't get her vision. Probably throwing a side eye at all the peasants who dare to criticize her art. Yeah, she probably thought the show should be her Oprah moment, a cultural reset, a defining moment in her career, something that would establish her as a lifestyle guru, a warm and inspiring public figure whose wisdom and elegance would captivate the world. Reality check, she's a washed-up actor who married royalty. Oh, and the internet is eating her alive.
And as Julie Cross said, it's not relatable. A woman wearing white and trying to on the beach and, making raspberry coulis and that sort of thing. No mothers do that. We're picking up toddlers. We're trying to get someone to bed. We've got our hair in a ponytail and she's full of hair and makeup. So yeah, I'm highly skeptical at this stage.
See, she's furious that the public isn't bowing down to her vision. She feels betrayed because in her mind, she's Hollywood royalty, and royalty deserves adoration. Not brutal Twitter memes comparing her to, Goop's budget bin version of Gwyneth Paltrow.
Look, she's very much presenting herself as trad wife meets Gwyneth Paltrow 2.0. I don't know if it's going to work for her. And as you saw from that commentary, and there was a lot of it there, it's already negative 2 weeks before the show even starts.
She was so infuriated by the backlash that she allegedly started snapping at her own fans. Yeah, the same small but dedicated group of people who have stood by her through every controversy, every failed project, every PR disaster. Now, these same people are in the line of fire, being accused of betraying her because they considered her show a total failure. I mean, can you imagine the same people who spent years defending her, creating Meghan appreciation accounts, fighting off trolls in her name, and now she's turning on them? This is like the Lion King all over again. I wish you would stop there so we can stop yapping about her, but apparently she went on a full-blown meltdown, ranting about how people were out to get her and how jealous haters were trying to sabotage everything she did. Even her own PR team was caught off guard. Sources say they begged her to stop engaging with critics and issue an apology to fans, but Meghan? Oh, absolutely not. Things got so out of hand that she was reportedly pulled out of the screening room for lashing out, not just to fans, but at random viewers and even the Netflix team. And in a last-ditch effort to score some brownie points, she made multiple visits to the LA fire site, then insisted on reshooting scenes about the disaster to stick them at the start of her show. But viewers weren't buying it. The move was immediately slammed as a shameless PR stunt, a desperate grab for attention and sympathy. As for the screening room, yeah, she's banned from attending the rest. Turns out her "I'm the star and you'll listen to me" attitude didn't go down too well with people. Adding fuel to the fire, she decided to delay the release of the show due to the devastating wildfires raging across LA and Southern Cali, where the show was filmed. While some praised the delay as a mark of respect, insiders and royal circles weren't buying it. To them, it was just another calculated move, another ploy for sympathy, or a way to dodge competition with bigger releases. Of course, she still got her defenders. Some commentators insist the backlash is driven by deeper issues like misogyny and racism, arguing that her show deserves a fair shot. But let's be real, Netflix execs are probably sweating bullets right now. And what are they gonna do if it flops? I mean, the fallout could be brutal. Hollywood runs on hype, and if Meghan keeps striking out like this, she's gonna find herself on the industry's do not call list faster than anybody could imagine. Now here's the cold hard truth. She needs the show to be a smash hit. This isn't just a side project, it's her last shot at proving that she's got any staying power in Hollywood. Cause let's be real here, her Hollywood career so far has just been one giant flop. Spotify? Gone. Archetypes podcast? Ooh, canceled. Acting comeback? Non-existent. If With Love, Meghan bombs, then she ain't gonna be fighting bad press, she's gonna be fighting irrelevance. The show was meant to be her grand comeback, but the backlash? Nah, it's only cranked up the stakes. If it crashes and burns, what's next? Another desperate rebrand, a quiet retreat from the spotlight, or is she gonna double down fighting both tooth and nail to claw her way back into Hollywood's good graces? Or, dare we say it, will it be a painful, awkward return to the UK with Harry in tow, hoping that the royals might just take them back? Well, one thing's for sure, Hollywood doesn't wait for second chances, and if Meghan's not careful, she might just find herself shut out of the industry for good. So what do you think? Can she turn this around, or is this the final nail in the coffin for Meghan's Hollywood dream?